all forms are impermanent. Their appearances only. Even when God appears through form, that is impermanent also. When the invisible becomes visible, the visible is in time. The formless is beyond time. I don't have to do anything to be. I am not sustaining my being. I simply am. You see? And all this is spontaneously arising in me. As you are all in me, all this is in each one. The world, according to you, as it is perceived through your own filter, you're perceiving a world of names and forms and so much diversity, you see, perceived in you through your filter. But that is not an assessment of the world. That was only a unique angle or perspective shaped by conditioning. You see, this is why I am not concerned about that. In 1 million points of consciousness, 1 million movies are made. Why should I be interested in any particular one? When moment by moment they're changing, they're coming in and out of focus. I have no interest in them particularly. But that out of which they arise, you see, that in which they play and subside, but itself remains untouched by them, this is the one to find. It creates all the play and the workings and the sense of searching and the sense of separation. It is arranging all of this in order to have the experience of rediscovering itself. Nothing is outside of it.
It is arranging everything, but it's not worried about.
It is not worried about anything.
It is
the
paradox.
way that it becomes worried to taste, because it also wants to taste worry, you know. It wants to taste everything. Consciousness has the most diverse capacity to taste everything. When it wants to taste worry, it becomes a person. It plays as person. When it wants to taste tribulation, anxiety, fear, all of these things, it plays as person. When it's fed up of being the person, it returns to consciousness. Huh? Well, why not? You love tasting all kinds of things.
So it is just playing and don't take it seriously.
I don't want to talk about it as though it is something apart from myself or yourself. When we speak in the abstract, then it just becomes mental.
How can we speak?
How can it?
How can we speak?
How can it speak?
Yes.
Yes. In another way, I can say it is speaking now also. Will you understand that it speaks nonsense and it speaks sense and it doesn't speak? How will you understand this? It is speaking through anything. It is also having conversations. The worms are meeting and having a conversation. The mosquitoes have a meeting every evening and they talk about things and whatever. It is it who is speaking in them. Everything, it is it speaking. It's speaking but not speaking. It is acting and it's not acting.
It is just dreaming to speak.
It is dreaming and it knows it's dreaming, and it has to be awake in its own dream.
Is there a clue?
There are uncountable clues. There are uncountable clues. Your very existence is a clue. Your idea of yourself is a clue. Your inability to control your mind is a clue. Everything is a clue, if you want to say that is. But from itself, it needs no clues. It is the perfect appearing as imperfect. It cannot be imperfect. It can only dream imperfection.
So who needs the clue?
Who needs the clue is when it manifests as ignorance, when it manifests as limitation. The limited sense of self needs all the clues it can get to find its way home. Such is the game. This is one way of seeing it. There are many other ways of seeing it, but they all, in essence, come from the one. When you forget yourself, you'll find him. When you remember yourself, he hides from you. We are like the characters in a book, getting together to discuss if we like how the author is writing. We are going to demonstrate. We want the next chapter to be different. And if the author doesn't write well, we can write a better script. Amazing. But we don't exist. We're all the author's imagination. Except that is in the author's inmost essential being is in each character. But when inside this essential being, in that being it dreams itself to be autonomous, individual and unique, then to that extent it becomes deluded again.
So the clue is to find the outer through this essence, which is the part of outer.
The greatest clue is to keep quiet.
So we are not doing it well tonight. We are speaking a lot.
Well, I can tell you, it's a perfect example, because although I'm speaking with you, I have not changed 1 micromillimeter of what I am. My peace is never intruded upon. Myself, I'm never lost. I simply enjoy. When you're ready to see, I'll find myself focusing upon you. And my peace is unchallengeable. My love unfading. And truth incorruptible. I would just like you to discover that in yourself. The belief that we are the body-mind or you're a separate person causes all this mischief. When you are fed up of it, you will change the way things appear. It is a wonderful existence, mighty. but you have to see it with mighty eyes and a mighty heart, which you have and you are, but somehow appear not to see. You think you can get something profound from the fleeting things of this world, but they emerge out of you, and your interest sustains them. But nothing can surpass that which is in your heart. Nothing. To know that while your body is warm, that is called blessedness and auspicious life. While you have the sense of time to discover the timeless. While there is life, discover the imperishable one. All of this is possible. This is not merely poetry. It is the playground of the gods itself. When there's earnestness, when there's a real urge for truth, your questions carry another vibration. They command attention. You see? When you call from the heart, it is the heart that comes to you. Yes. It is what heals your pain and restores your joy. It is not just mind thinking. It is not concepts. If you stay with your mind, your whole life begins to stagnate. Because mind will just keep on pushing up, untrue, unworthy questions that you think they have some importance, but it's just buying time. But when you call from your heart, when you really feel it, yes, see how much help comes, see how much assistance comes. Go for gold, don't go for bronze. Go for gold means everything is available for you. Everything is available. No? Don't just limit that to material things. That's the least of it. But the wealth of the spirit, of peace and joy, of full compassion and grace and openness, of silence, your universal being, the universal consciousness flowering. Why should we ignore this simply to focus on things that will only be satisfying for a day or two? So let's change this together, change our area of focus. Follow what I say. If you prove it wrong, then try something else. But don't keep calling to stay in the realm of the person. You see. There are many simple prayers. You can pray, rid me of ego and merge me with you. Close my personal account. Even a prayer goes, in the book of life, find the page where I as a person is written and erase it. Let there be only you. This is simple prayer. As you speak, there is one book of prayers coming very soon. The next one is coming. Simple and beautiful, true prayers. That doesn't perpetuate duality, but celebrate life and the power of the living spirit. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Your heart is the light of this world. It needs to just fully be seen.